everybody. Welcome back to Whispers in the Mist.
Yes.
The announcements. Yes, that's a thing.
Yes, yes, it is.
If you're enjoying what we're doing, there are many ways to support the show. We have a Beacons page with affiliate links, our Redbubble with lots of fun merch. Jenna's wearing a hoodie today. Queers and
Corvids.
Nice.
We also have a coffee for direct donations, which is fun. Give us cash. That's great. Love it.
We also take your mom's numbers, your social security number,
Just your mom's phone number.
maiden name, your mom's phone numbers. You can just type those right in the comments, or you can DM them to us in case your mom will get mad that you just put it up on our chats.
Yeah. All that fun stuff. All of our social media links are on there too, along with the link. Keep up with updates about the show and just chill with us all the time. All the time. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, we do stuff live at times. Like, we have a semi-regular schedule-ish on Sundays and Mondays. So,
We're here live right now.
yeah.
That is what we can promise, that we will be here right now.
That's very exciting.
Life is hard.
It is. But, Aaron, please.
Yes.
People are away.
I will take over.
People aren't here to listen to us talk about our life problems.
No, of course not. We're here to talk about your character's life problems, of which there are many.
Yes.
For a whole nother level of mommy issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, speaking of which, why don't we jump into a quick recap to get us back into where we are? Our characters are on a quest regarding defeating the dead queen, aka Ruby's mother. We've found out this powerful entity that's been locked away, but is threatening to return thanks to the efforts of a cult out in the town of Sanctuary. But we need to figure out exactly how to do that. So you guys were given the name of JT Fields III by the Witch Queen, who said that he would be able to give you some information on a possible way to deal with the dead queen, and said resources to be able to accomplish that. So you guys went to the town of Paradise to track him down. In that town, we found a bustling little border town that sits right between Virginia and Tennessee. Half the town in Virginia, half the town in Tennessee, and State Street right down the middle, which is where you guys decided to spend the night at a hotel, because the previous night you had a fun little encounter with some of the dead queen's minions, these decomposing animal carcasses chasing you down the road. But
Dad touch us.
yes, don't touch those animals. You do not touch. So we made our way into town, spent the night at a hotel there on State Street, before heading out in the morning to track down JT Fields III. Garon went off to talk to some plants. Ruby and Jenna went off to talk to the locals. You guys specifically went to a barbershop across the street, got a haircut, talked about stuff, eventually popped the JT Fields III question, to which he responded, "Oh yeah, he has an office right above me. You just walk up the stairs and you're it."
Found it.
So, found it. Quick and easy. So
but we left Garon talking to the plants.
Yeah.
exactly. Garon had it under control.
It's fine.
So Ruby and Ava went off to find Garon, update him on the situation. And Garon had just found out where JT Fields III probably was, thanks to clever use of some magic to track down powerful entities. Because you guys had heard that JT Fields III is likely more than just a man. He's been around for a very, 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 very long time. So yes. So went to his office, found him, and discovered that he looked like just a standard middle-aged man, longish hair. He was wearing like dirty overalls, and he answered the door, brought you into his very messy office, and offered, in exchange for information about the Dead Queen, you guys would have to do something for him. And he said, I've got this other job that needs doing. You guys just need to go take care of a hitchhiking ghost off in on the west side of town, on the roads there. You take care of this hitchhiking ghost on behalf of Mick from Mick's Pawn Shop, and he will give you all the information you need about your little problem. So you guys headed on out from there. On the way out, you did catch sight of a goose that was laying golden eggs in the corner of his office, which was fun.
His name was Charlie.
Yes, yep, probably. I'll say yes. So in order to find some more information, you guys went over to Mick's Pawn Shop just to talk to Mick, see if he could give you any more. He was a little withholding on information. He didn't seem to have too much, or he was hiding it. It was kind of hard to tell based on your rolls trying to figure out what was going on in his brain. But while you were there, you guys shopped around at the pawn shop a little bit, got some ciphers that he was keeping. Got a few silver bullets, and I believe that's where we are now as you guys are heading out from Mick's Pawn Shop and deciding what to do next. You know that hitchhiking ghosts are more of a nighttime thing, and it is approaching like 10 in the morning. So basically, I'll turn it over to you guys on what your plan is now moving forward. Any other preparations you want to do, anything you want to do to pass the time, or we could always time skip into the evening if there's nothing that we want to do.
We were resisting the urge to grift as of this point because we don't want to get kicked out of town just yet.
Mm-hmm.
Could try doing some like street corner tricks.
Yeah. I could throw knives at you again.
Mm-hmm.
People like to watch us me throw knives at you. Or I could offer to throw knives at them.
You could do that.
Let's sign up for it.
It might be a better idea to throw
You
knives
should
at me,
probably
but
write a waiver for that, though, just in case I do miss and take out
legally
somebody's
it's
eye. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe that's a thing that we should probably do before I throw knives at, potential customers. That might be another way to get kicked out of town.
Hard tricks or telling.
Yeah.
And I will just try and get their attention and pull some people in.
Nice. All right. Well, you guys start laying down plans for doing your,
Go busking.
party racket. Yeah, you're busking. That's what I'm looking for. And you find yourself on the best street for it. State Street is like the entertainment hub of the town. But you also know that it's Saturday night before. People were up all throughout the night, drinking, partying. It's Friday night. They got off of work and were immediately doing their thing. So Saturday morning, approaching noonish, people are around, but it's not like quite the party scene yet. So basically, all I'm saying is that the difficulty would be a little bit higher than if you were doing this at night. But that's all right. I'm sure that some of you can definitely achieve that, especially Ruby, as far as pulling people in.
Don't jinx me. Dice have not been my friend recently.
So what we'll do is let's grab checks from each of you. You can tell me what you're doing specifically. Are you doing all of this together, or are you guys planning on like spreading out and doing your own things with your own people? Is that group activity or individual?
Group activity, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, sticking together. Fair enough. All right. Gonna mark that down that the party is not split.
This one time we didn't split
this
the
one
The
time.
one time we don't split the party, everything is gonna go shit.
Yes.
Yeah, we should have split the party.
Yeah.
That'll teach us.
All right, so we'll start with Ruby as far as pulling in business for us. So if you could, I need a difficulty 5. Yeah, let's start at difficulty 5. That's like challenging. So that would be a 15 or higher on your roll. This is for you. I would classify this as like an intelligence check. It's like a social check. Persuasion, I believe you have some bonuses to that. And then you can apply effort, whatever you'd like to do to reduce this difficulty, but we're starting at 5.
So I definitely have persuasion, and I am trained in that.
Cool. So that would drop down to a 4. So 12 or higher roll.
And why not toss in some effort?
Okay. Sounds good to me. Can you only apply 1 level of effort, or?
Right now
Or do
I
you want to?
can because I haven't figured out what advancement I'm taking. So
Gotcha. Okay.
so
sounds
9
good.
or higher.
Great. See what you get.
That. Wait, no, wrong dice. So my Jenna dice like me again. So that is a 12.
Well, perfect. All right, sounds good. So just enough. Pop over there. All right. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what you're doing specifically as far as pulling in business? You have people like out in the morning. These are people maybe running some errands before the nighttime scene starts.
Definitely,
There's a few
like,
drunks still out.
The whole fast talking, pulling people who seem a little more interested,
Mhm.
relying a bit on like Bewitch to try and keep people interested and keep people friendly and fast talk, just to get them. Actually, it's not Bewitch, it is fast talk that I'm relying on, because that's where I friendly targets. Just to try and get them interested, get them involved, kind of hype up the crowd as well as hype up my compatriots.
Yes. Perfect.
You should target the drunks.
Probably definitely targeting the drunks.
Perfect. Cool. So you start picking people out as they're walking by, being like, "Hey, show's about to start. Come over." And you're lacing your words with this little spark of magic. Which, if I remember correctly, this is your first time doing this with the
It's
recognition
small. Yeah.
that there is you're using kind of this magic that came from the dead queen herself. So you're using it. How Ruby feels about that is up to you. But it sounds like you are using it.
Now it's my magic, and I'm like, fuck you, Mom. So
I got it from my mommy.
you gave this to me. I'm gonna use it so I can survive and spite you.
Love it.
Always
Perfect.
survive out of spite.
Yes.
Really important.
Awesome. So
Like that.
great. So lacing your words with this little bit of magic, just enough to get people to head in your direction, and you get a pretty good crowd over here coming up. Nothing spectacular, but definitely plenty enough. And the people that do show up seem quite interested in what's going on. So traditionally, Garon, you would come up next to start doing your fortune telling. Ruby has introduced you perfectly. And tell me, is there anything specific you'd like to do with your act here?
I think this time do like some tarot card readings. So I'd probably just,
Love it.
if we have a little audience or something, just kind of be like, who wants their see if I can pick out anyone who seems particularly interested in me to check the cards for your fortune.
I don't I don't know if Garon I don't know if Garon really needs this, but can I also use friendly advice to kind of guide willing members up, which you know your friends' strengths and weaknesses and how to motivate them to succeed. When you give an ally a suggestion involving their next action, i.e. choosing the people and kind of like cold reading them and stuff, the character is trained in the action for one round.
Perfect. Yeah, sounds good to me. Yeah, we can definitely use the task there with that. You, as you're collecting audience members, you walk past Garon and just whisper quickly like who a good mark would be. So that'll reduce the difficulty a bit. So we're starting at a 5 again. That'll drop down to a difficulty 4 thanks to Ruby. If you'd like to apply effort, are you going to just use your regular training, or are you lacing this with any sort of magic as well?
I think I'll lace this with magic. If we're gonna be here maybe a few days, and I think we already kind of know that it might be harder to just put something together on the side of the road. Having some success here to spread that word of mouth would be to our benefit. So yeah, I think I'll use magic.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Yeah. Cool. So you lace it with a bit of magic, which I believe eases it by 2 for you, right? Using magic.
Yep.
Perfect. So that'll pop us down all the way to 2 at this point. And then if you'd like to apply effort, you can do that again. That's up to you if you want to spend the points.
I will take the risk and hopefully
All right.
roll higher than a 6.
Yep. Yeah, 6 or higher. That's what we got to roll. Let me know what you get.
Ooh, okay. 12.
12. Nice. Yeah. Same as
That
Ruby.
is higher
Awesome.
than 6.
It is. It's double.
Good job. That's one standard deviation above.
Perfect. So you pull out your tarot deck. You've got a little travel table that you guys keep in the cart for this sort of stuff. So you've set that out. And you find your mark, invite them over. It's this man who's been like kind of looking a little nervous, holding he's been specifically like messing with a wedding ring on his finger, and Ruby picked up on that as like a possible in on a person if you're doing like a fortune telling reading. So you grab this man, he comes over, give your reading. Anything that you'd like to describe here as you're doing this for this man?
I think the tarot deck is definitely worn and old, but also very like the depictions are dark, so it's very similar to Garon's aura of unsettlingness. I think that any other person who's like looking at this deck would be like, "Oh, that's creepy." Yeah. I love that. It works for the witchy vibes, but yeah, like you, all the people are skeletons.
Exactly.
The lovers is just them hugging. Death is actually somebody with flesh.
The opposite. I love that. Awesome. Cool. So you get off this reading, you hit all the points perfectly. I love the like old tarot deck. Would you say that that's something maybe that's you inherited, like was passed down generations?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
I
imagine, like that idea.
Especially too, just with the age, it's all handcrafted, hand painted, that kind of thing.
Love it. Cool. Awesome. All right. Flawlessly give the star rating. You do it in such a way that you're also like using your magic, you're also able to like name specific things that have happened in his past, which he reacts to in a way that the crowd is like, whoa, this is crazy that this little witch boy is getting figuring all this out.
That's our little witch boy.
That could be a children's story, the little witch boy.
Yes.
The little witch boy.
So you have this great spectacular show, and from there we're transitioning over to Ava to give us some knife throwing tricks. So you've got your target board like normal. Is there anything specific extra you want to do with your bit here? Your show?
I think she's gonna try to do like a handspring like into the and then throw like as she's, just to make it ritzy.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. All right. Well, that's going to be a speed check for us. Speed task, excuse me. Difficulty 5. If you have anything you want to apply to reduce this, maybe some effort, anything like that, you let me know.
I don't think I'll go on effort. What do I need to roll?
So it needed to be a 15 or higher. If you just take the 5 straight.
Higher. Okay.
Can I also apply my friendly advice to this in some way?
Does it say like how long you have to be doing a thing to make that happen?
Let me look. I'm not sure.
Does balance count for this?
Yeah, we can apply that. Yeah, that works. We'll drop it by 1 for that. So difficulty 4, which would be a 12 or higher, is where we're at right now. And then we're just double checking. Our rule for
I don't think it doesn't specify how much time is required for it.
Got it. Okay. No worries. Cool. So you'll go ahead and So in that case, like basically as you guys are trained, you know exactly what the next act is. You're already looking for who the next mark is going to be as Garon is doing his bit.
Yeah.
So
maybe point out any spots that I've noticed that are like uneven for planting a foot or something in the cartwheel aspect.
Yeah, exactly. You've been setting stuff up. Meanwhile, Ava's been practicing in the background, twirling knives. And you come up on stage. So anything else you want to apply before you roll? Or did you roll already?
I rolled already. I got a natural 20. I did not need to apply all of this nonsense, but I let you guys keep talking for no reason.
Fair enough. It works.
I support this.
All right. So we get you guys do an audience volunteer, or does Ruby stand in as like the person that you're throwing knives at?
I feel like the default is Ruby unless Ava really wants an audience volunteer.
Because she was feeling brave, like somebody might have been like eating an apple or something and she threw it straight into the apple and did not hit them.
Perfect. Sounds good. I love that. So we'll say this. Basically, you get up on stage. You have your normal setup Ruby in front of the target. Throwing knives. They're the closest they've ever been. Creating this perfect outline. And you finish by throwing a knife into the crowd, which strikes an apple. It goes scattering across the ground. And everyone starts applauding, except for the person holding the apple.
Who's like, that was
petrified.
My breakfast.
Oh, I was gonna say that they are just like petrified, like, oh my god, I almost died.
Also a fair reaction.
Garon just off to the side and lets out like a shaky breath, like.
Perfect. So yeah, flawless show with all of you guys, especially right at the end, the strong finish, which will pop up the amount of money that you guys make on that one. Cool. So we finish up our bit. You guys go off to Ruby says, if you like the show, feel free to pitch in a few bucks. The standard ending bit. You guys get your collection items. Garon's got his little cauldron to collect cash in. And you guys make quite a little sum here. Let's see. $11 in change and straight cash, which for you guys for your busking is actually quite nice. Not too bad. So we can add that to our total there. This is something that you work on throughout the day. You even after you finish this, maybe even go out and try a bit of smaller close-up stuff. Just grab a person, be like, hey, check out this trick. Isn't that great? Give me some money. So you do spend your day doing that.
I feel like Ava grabs that knife out of with the apple on it and like offers the apple back to the dude while it's still on the knife.
Exactly. It's one of your like just cheap throwing knives. Give
Yeah,
it as a souvenir. Yeah, love it. Go.
Sure.
Awesome. All right. Well, anything else you guys are looking to do today? Sun is starting to set. The evening crowds are starting to come out onto the streets, filtering into. You'll see like a building that appears abandoned, but then you'll see a line leading out from the back alley of this abandoned building. Lots of stuff like that. The
That's
nightlife
not-
has begun.
A speakeasy, probably.
Probably not just an abandoned building that everyone wants to get into.
Saturday night prayer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anything else you guys want to do?
Should we go listen to the gossip before we go out and face the crazy ghost lady? I assume it's a lady because she's killing men.
Pretty sure it's a lady.
I
I think it's been described as
I
female.
sense the phantom feminine rage.
Yeah, it's only killing men, and I think female has been mentioned at some point, but yeah, you guys can pick up on that.
Should we listen to the gossip or should we just go? I guess we should use Garon as bait, huh?
Fair.
Oh,
We are a little gendered in one direction.
you're all just like, why me? And then he's like, oh,
Yeah, guy.
right.
No, Ruby would be bait, but you know.
I don't think she swings that way. That's fine.
in normal circumstances, Ruby's the bait, but you know,
I think we need hitchhiking ghost. We need a carriage.
yeah.
That might be a good idea.
Can you drive?
Yeah.
You did not sound very confident there. I feel like we need to have maybe like a little lessons beforehand. Maybe one of us should teach you how to drive a carriage.
How hard can it be?
No. Oh.
I feel like we've learned how hard it can be.
Remember
when you
thing-
almost fell off?
that one thing?
But I
like
wasn't driving
drag
then.
you off of it, and I had to catch you.
But I wasn't driving then.
That's true, but you know.
It'll probably be less likely that I will fall out when I'm in the driver's seat.
You hurt our horses, I'm gonna be pissed. Please don't.
I'm not gonna try to.
So should we do a little lesson beforehand? That's what I had from all that. that was the summary that I got, was that we should do a little lesson beforehand. Ruby, you wanna teach Garon how to drive, or you would like me to teach him how to drive? You're a better driver than me. To be fair, before this part of my life, I drove cars, not garages. So
We'll try and teach Karan how to drive.
yeah. Poor Garon. You gotta be big and learn how to drive.
I grew up in the middle of the mountains.
This shit is stressful.
There's not a lot of
It should be
driving
fine.
up in the mountains.
Yeah, so we can give Garana a quick lesson. Just let me think. Should I have Garan roll for how much he takes in, or should I have someone roll for how well they teach him? Is the real question. Let's have Garan roll.
Okay,
See how well he takes 7. We're just doing an intellect check. It's not terribly well. We'll make this a quote unquote demanding difficulty. So this is a difficulty 3, intellect. If you want to add anything to that as far as like learning knowledge, or if you want to apply any effort, feel free. We'll just see how well you can drive.
I don't really have any basic learning skills that would work here.
Gotcha.
I
So-
don't know.
So we'd just be
will-
looking at effort if you want to apply that.
I will
Can
apply effort.
Oh, what's
Can
effort?
I use friendly advice again, seeing as I'm the one who's teaching him?
You're teaching him? Yeah, sure. You can throw that in there. So that'll pop it down to a 2, which is 6 or higher. Are you applying effort as well?
Yeah, I'll play when I.
All right. So difficulty 1, just got to roll a 3 or higher. Don't roll a 1 or a 2 and we'll be fine.
Shh, don't say that. All right. Okay. That is a 6.
All right. Perfect. So we technically succeeded, which is fantastic. That's exactly what we want. Yeah, you're able to successfully teach Garon how to drive. It's not the best driving in the world. You're not going to go anywhere too fast, but you have at least have the basics down enough to trot from point A to point B without too much trouble.
I feel
That's
like
literally all he needs to be able to do. So
I feel like it's not so much just my not being super great at driving, but my unsettling presence just spooks the horse.
you're so
They can smell your
awkward that
fear.
the horses are like made uncomfortable by your awkwardness, and that's a whole.
You're just like, we don't like this
Yeah.
person.
This person's
Lance,
supposed to be in the
they
back.
love Garon. The horses, not so much. You know.
Cool. All right. So you get into this cart with the horses. Explain to me kind of what your plan is here. I know Garon's driving. What's up with Ruby and Ava?
I think we gotta hide in the back and watch Garon's back from the ghost, and then we try to either have a talk with the ghost or slice her ghostly throat open. Whatever works.
Got it.
And I'll make sure Ruby has that silver bullet that we got.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're gonna load that
bullets.
up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, one to Garon and one to Ruby. I forgot we got Garon.
No, I think
Oh.
they're both for Garon's gun though.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I
then-
have the silver bullets in my inventory.
Okay, then you're
Yeah.
good. You're good then.
I'll just talk at her. That's what I normally do. It's
You know what,
fine.
you talk to the ghost, see if you can get her to be reasoned with. If we can't reason with her, then you pow her and I'll slash her. That's the plan. It's not our best plan, but it's not our worst. So.
Perfect.
It's a
Sounds like a
plan.
plan. All right, cool. So we get all settled in our cart, horses in front, and we
I hope the
begin.
horses are in front.
Yep.
Come on, they don't go in the back of the cart. They go in the front.
Are the horses supposed to push the carriage? And we head west along the road to see if we can find this hitchhiking ghost. At this point, once you guys have left, after you finish your driving lessons, etc., the sun is definitely set, getting to be later in the evening. And speaking of which, what's the plan for light? Are we using just standard lamp lights? Are we doing anything else?
I think we had a lantern and I have a flashlight.
Got it. Cool. So we want to do that, do traditional means. So we'll hang up a lamp. Got the flashlight nearby if you need it for extra
Yeah, I'll
light.
like have it in the back with us.
Okay.
And I imagine that Ava's like got like the flashlight like between her teeth when she's trying to fight, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa,
Later.
We're not there
But-
yet.
We're not there yet, but
Cool your
you'll
jets.
get there, hopefully. Maybe. I don't know.
Who's to say?
Garon
Cool.
might not be the ghost type. Then we gotta find some empathy from the town.
All right. So heading west, nice and dark. The light provides enough for you to be able to see the trees in front of you and the road directly ahead, or the trees on the sides, road directly ahead. But you see darkness beyond that into the woods. And as you're riding, about, let's say 30 minutes pass as you're riding, trying to pass the sign the best you can. Ruby and Ava being as quiet as they can, hiding in the back. And you guys, let's see. Let me think. All right. So, Garon, right at the last moment, you see the lantern illuminates a figure directly in front of the horses. You notice this very last second because of how little light you have, but you're able to grab the reins, pull the horses, stop them. They neigh in front of you, and you get a clear look of the figure. Looks just like a woman, youngish woman, probably like 20, 21, that sort of age range. She's wearing a dress, like a light colored, like a cream sort of color, but it has a few rips and tears and is pretty dirty, like has a lot of dirt to it. And she's waving to you, and she's like, "Please, sir, please help me. Can you just? I just need to get back into town. Can you bring me into paradise?"
Good evening, miss. What happened to you? What's going on?
I don't know. I was out with a friend, and then next thing I know, I'm waking up in the woods with the bump on my head. She reaches up and she's touching her head, and I don't remember what happened. I just need to get back to my parents. Do you know where I am? Is paradise close?
Um, you said her dress had like some tears in it. Tears?
Yeah, it looks dirty, and yeah, exactly.
Because she mentioned her head. Does it look like she has any head injuries?
Yes. Yes. So there's a bit of blood actually running down the side of her face, basically like a head injury that happened. You see a bit of caked blood in her hair there as well.
Yes, we are quite close to paradise. Can you tell me your name?
Yeah, she says, yeah, I'm Hazel. What's your name?
Would Garon know if um giving his name Ghost is a bad move?
Oh, interesting. Let's grab a roll for that. This is, yeah, like a intellect roll. Knowing ghosts is probably challenging, so we'll set that as difficulty 5, 15 or higher. Intellect, if you want to throw anything on top of that, including effort and such. Or you can just see what Garon might innately know.
There's a ghost. uh, Expect ghost magic, okay?
Yeah, no, that would be a separate thing. Yeah, supernatural entities and then understanding how to cast magic would be two different things.
Okay. I will. I'll spend because I took my effort advancements. I'll spend two effort to lower that to.
Okay. So yeah, 9 or higher. See what you get.
Oh, wow, I didn't even need it. That's a 16.
Hey, fantastic. Cool. That's enough to know that giving your name to a ghost wouldn't really give them any extra power over you. You you would need to watch out for that for like demonic beings might be able to anything that makes deals. If they have your real name, they would need to. But your standard run of the mill ghost isn't gonna be able to have any extra power over you.
Writing that.
Yeah. Good to know for later.
Yes.
Yeah, you got a little bit of extra information off of that.
Right. Um. I'll. I name is Garon. I do some medical. I could take a look at your injury. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Can we do it on the way? I want to get home to my parents. They're probably worried
Yeah,
sick about me.
I'm treat you and back. So then I guess I would maybe have my bag like next to me, behind me, and I'll kind of just grab it.
Yeah.
And hop down from the front of the carriage.
Excellent. Okay. Sounds good. Let me grab a roll for this. This is it's under the category of intellect. This is like social skill sort of stuff, which I believe you don't have any sort of training in social skill sort of stuff, right?
No, I do have.
I'm assuming.
I do have an
I
inability.
think you have.
You have an ability in something,
I
right?
have an inability
For what specifically?
For anything involving charm, persuasion, or deception because of my unnerving aura.
Fantastic. So that'll bump it up a little bit. So we're starting at a difficulty 4, which would be a 12 or higher.
Ruby with
We're
your
gonna-
auras.
We're gonna bump that up to a 5 or 15 or higher on your roll. It is intellect. If you want to do anything extra on top of this, you let me know.
I mean, I'll go ahead and spend another 2 effort on this.
All right, sounds good. Yep. Spending the points. So that's gonna drop us down to a 3, so 9 or higher. Just over a 50% chance of success.
Four.
That's not the face of a win. What is it?
It's a 4.
It's a 4.
Nice.
You'll love to see it. All right. Roll our 4. So you much too quickly reach back, grab a bag, jump off the side. You got a bit of training with the horses, but you do spook them a little bit with your rapid motions. At the same time, this woman standing in the road takes a couple steps back, and she says, "Wait, what are you gonna do to me?"
Raise my hand and stop moving towards her. Just like try and be as non-threatening as possible. Sorry. Make sure okay. Clean up a bit of blood on your temple. I can add up for you.
She hears this, but you can see that she's not quite believing you. And she says, starts shifting from looking scared to looking angry. And she says, "You're just like all of them. You're going to hurt me like he hurt me, aren't you?" And you see her form shifting as her dress, which is torn, starts to become more ethereal and start to float as if it's underwater. You see her begin to slightly hover above the ground, hair moving like the dress, and she lets out this blood-curdling scream. And we're gonna jump into initiative here for turns going forward. Jenna and Ruby, you absolutely hear that shit is going down outside.
That's our cue.
Yep, that's the cue. So go ahead and roll initiative for me, guys, and let me know what you all get.
I rolled like shit, but I am trained in initiative.
Nice, getting good.
I got a 3.
Nice.
I got an 8.
Okay.
Better than my 3, though.
I got a 12.
You got 12. Okay. Well, the difficulty was 12, so you just barely got over it, Ruby. So
Good job. Somebody was paying attention.
You know it's bad when Ruby's the one who goes first, though.
Yeah. I think Ava does. She's the one who's always bristling for a fight.
all right, let's see here. Oh, I don't have any of the stats up. My bad. Hang on. There we go. All right. Ghostly Hitcher. Here we go. All right. So, Ruby, you're going up first here. What would you like to do?
So I feel like so she's in the middle of transforming right now, correct?
I'd say she's finishing up, but yeah.
She's finishing. Now, this is
Your face
a
on.
very semantics type thing, but can I try fast talk, seeing as she's not necessarily hostile to me right now?
Interesting.
Or is it
Let's
just to see?
let me find something real quick. Bear with me. Okay, I like what you're trying to do. So what instead of just letting that go through, since it's
a
beginning of
roll-off.
combat,
Yeah.
she's specifically mad at the man. So we'll grab a roll for this.
Okay.
To be able to do what you're trying to do. So
Got it.
so this will be under intellect.
Persuasion.
I'm gonna yeah, I guess it would be. I was like gonna say, well, it's an ability, so it's different, but this like fast talk is literally to persuade someone to do something. So yeah, we can pop that in there. So she's a difficulty 4, so we'll drop that to a 3 right away. So that's a 9 or higher on your roll.
And then I'll apply the effort because this
Lovely.
could change it and bring it down to a 2.
Okay.
My suggestion is going to be to hear us out, and because we mean no harm.
Got it. Okay, sounds good. So 6 or higher. That's
We
how I
want
gotta
to
roll.
hear her story and why she's angry.
Got it.
That is a 6 on the nose.
God.
By
I
the
bet you're glad
skin of your
that I gave you
teeth.
that persuasion.
Yeah, I am very
easy.
happy for that.
All right. Cool. So you basically are buying time with that. You want her to hear you out. And yeah, you say as such, give us a moment, hear us out. We mean you no harm. So that's plenty to get her to basically, we'll stay in initiative here.
Mhm.
And you guys can basically spend your turns trying to convince her not to kill Garon.
You're on your death counter. Let's go.
Are you
I need to add
motivated,
another tick.
Garon, enough to be not awkward to ghosts?
So you see her like soften for a minute, except for the eyes, which you see still look pretty angry, but her body language, she like steps back down on the ground from hovering. And she looks at you and these 2 new people emerging from the cart. She looks at the 3 of you and expectantly to see what your next move is based on that. She's giving you a chance. So next up in initiative is Garon. Ruby has given you a chance. How would you like to take that chance?
I am going to very slowly and very carefully reach into my bag and pull out the medical kit that I have.
Okay.
And I'll just like kind of tilt it towards her so she can see what it is. I to help.
Gotcha. So you're showing her your bag and being like, this is the thing that I was grabbing. I wasn't trying to do anything to you. Love it. All right. So we need another persuasion roll from you. So it would be difficulty 4. That's going to pop up to a 5. And if you want to apply anything extra to that, you let me know.
I
But we're at a 15 or higher on the die.
I'm just gonna burn through my intellect pool, so I'll apply another 2 effort.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. So yeah, pops this down to a 3. So 9 or higher on the die. See what you get.
Dang.
Oh, that is a 2.
Oh, you didn't do the thing. Oh no.
Fantastic.
No, Garon.
So Ruby convinced her to take a moment. She softened for a sec, looked at you, Garon, like, you're the person I'm angry at. What's gonna happen? And you see her like start to billow up again, and she's like just is getting ready to attack you. She screams again. Her jaw unhinges in an unnatural size.
Oh, sweet. Yeah,
as she's screaming. And Ava, you're up next. Unless there's anything else you wanted to do here, Garon, as far as like moving around or.
Ava's just going to like slowly move herself between the ghost and Garon.
Okay.
And you know what? I get it. Men are trash. This man, not so much trash. Awkward as fuck, but not trash. You know, and also, you can't just go get revenge on whoever, whenever. You really, revenge is best served very targeted. So what if, let's make a deal here. You know what? I'm all about breaking the kneecaps of motherfuckers who hurt women. Maybe I could cause some pain to the motherfuckers who hurt you, you know? Maybe give you a little piece. Let's make a deal.
Perfect. So you approach her woman to woman.
Yep.
You're offering to give her revenge in a different way, instead of indiscriminately killing all men. So
let's find the specific men, and then we'll cut the balls off.
All right. Well, we'll see how successful that was. So we got another intellect persuasion roll. Starts with the difficulty 4. However, I liked what you were saying with the whole I'll go kill your enemies for you line. So you're going to automatically use that to a difficulty 3.
I owed a favor. This is a favor that I was doing for a favor. For now, there's another favor, and I'm just Faye now. It's fine.
Yeah.
What if Mook's the murderer? That's what's going through my head right now.
So we're
stay out of town. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Starting with our difficulty 3, that'd be a 9 or higher. And if you'd like to apply anything else, you let me know.
I will apply effort because I feel like it's really important that we make this.
Perfect. All right, so take a few points off of that, and then we'll so that'll drop us down to a difficulty 2, so 6 or higher.
7.
Oh my God.
Good thing you applied the effort.
I did it. Just barely.
We're continuing this group's trend of just barely succeeding on rolls. Technically
we're
successful.
just barely competent enough to be doing this. Like,
Yeah.
Shouldn't be doing the social roles. Why are we doing this thing?
we had to have you do the social roles.
Yeah.
We had no choice this time.
So you see her hear you. She's still eyes locked on Garon, but then she turns to face you, Ava, and you see her soften and step back down. Clothes return to normal, hair returns to normal, and she says, "You'd really do that for me? You'd kill Mick for me?"
Yeah. I don't know, Mick. I just know he hurt you. He killed you. It's only fair. Eye for an eye and all that.
Okay. Can you tell my parents as well where I am? And she points off into the woods a bit more.
Yeah, we can, and we'll make sure that you get buried properly. And get to rest. But yeah, I'll kill Mick for you. Do you have a last name, or do you just the first name, description or anything? And do you have any special requests on how I do this? Because you know.
Hang on, just read something real quick. Oh, I think that's. Oh, I did have a last name, and it was funny, but oh yeah. And she says, yeah, it's Mick Mickleton.
All right.
I think his nickname was Mick. I didn't know him that well. Probably shouldn't have gotten into the dark woods with him, but you know.
Did he take advantage of you and didn't kill you?
What's that?
Did he take advantage of you then kill you? Because there's extra stuff that I put into that, you know.
I was telling the truth that I don't remember. I just went into the woods with him, and here I am.
Huh. Would you like me to make him squirm first?
I think you see she there's like a hint of a smile for a second, and she's like, I don't want to know the details, really.
Okay. Well, I'll make sure that you're avenged.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then she says, I'll be here. And she turns around and just starts walking back into the woods. And there you go.
How's she gonna know if he's dead? All right. Well, you know what? It's fine.
To tell her parents that she's here.
Killing a bad man for a ghost doesn't really bother me, actually, weirdly enough.
The only problem I have is our favor is dependent on that bad man for paying his favor to the guy.
Oh shit, it was that one guy.
Yeah.
Well, we might
technically we did stop the ghost. So we go back, we tell Mick we stopped the ghost, he has to repay his, and then we tell
and after I kill him.
Yeah, we just need to do this in a certain way.
That's kind of weird because we're doing the favor for the guy. Now I'm doing the favor for the ghost because sorry, that's funny. All right, well.
Could go evidence of the crime with the body.
But that's also fair.
Instead of just rolling up and being like, "Hey, fuckwad, we're gonna murder you," we can be like, "We know you killed
that's not how we're gonna do it. We're gonna sneak into his house at night and then."
But also having evidence might.
Above the table.
Well, what if we just hold that over his head so he does the one favor? Then.
Above the table is what's the general consensus of punishment for murderers? Is it at this point like execution?
Punishment for murders in 1920s.
Yeah, like
United States.
Is the general consensus like public execution for murderers?
That's a great question that I don't know the answer to, and I'm going to see.
Can I just challenge him to a duel?
Please throw a glove in his face.
I was gonna say, can't I just challenge him to a duel? I think in the 20s you could just challenge people to duels and fucking kill them.
From the 1920s to the 1940s, there was a resurgence in the use of the death penalty. That's exciting. So technically, yeah, I'm not going to look into it specifically. And hey, this is, an alternate United States anyway. So I'd say, let's see, you're straddling the line of Virginia and Tennessee. So one of those states will definitely have the death penalty. I'm sure of it.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. So
also, what about duels? Can I just duel him?
It's up to you. You can convince him to duel.
That was totally illegal, wasn't it?
1920s, I think duels were not really a thing anymore. But this was post World War I. So I think we're beyond. That was more of a Civil War thing.
Fair enough. Let's collect the evidence.
About it this way. Get the evidence. Prove to everyone that he murdered her and possibly other people. Public opinion will be against him. He gets the death penalty rather than being like, "Oh my God, Mick was such a nice guy and member of the community. It's so sad he was murdered."
That is a good point. You don't want to leave him with a good memory. After all, his legacy will be all he has left after this. Can we take shit from his shop after he's dead?
I mean, that was my plan.
Probably.
Cool. All right. Maybe we should ask the ghost before we move for bounds, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Make sure we have her permission.
Yeah. And make sure that she's fine with the death penalty. Because I did say that I'd kill him. I mean, I'm still willing to kill him. That is a better way.
I would figure that as long as he's dead.
I don't think it matters how he dies.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, it could be kind of like icing on the cake, right? We kill him and on his reputation.
Well, and
So-
she gets justice
Everyone hates.
for her death. Officially justice, not just my vigilante justice shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's yeah. Let's go over, find the body, and maybe just ask her if it's okay if we. Although we might get in trouble for tampering, we might just have to bring the cops out here.
Could do that.
Fair. We should find the body first.
Yeah.
We should look for clues before the cops, and evidence before the cops. Then we bring the cops out here.
If we're
I
like,
think
oh,
that's
there's
the
a
plan,
body,
but,
and then we're
We should
stumbling
let
around.
the ghost know so she doesn't kill the cops, because the cops are guys,
Yeah, we should definitely communicate with the ghost that don't kill anyone who comes out here further. We're taking care of it, if possible.
We're gonna try to get you justice, and if we don't, then I'll,
You can still kill the guy.
I can still kill the guy anytime.
Cool. All right, so finding the body first.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Cool. So you head in the direction that the ghost went, assuming that's probably where she went. And as you start making your way in, you got a bit of lantern lights and a flashlight to kind of light your way. You do find her pretty quickly because she is in the pitch black of the forest. You actually see her hovering, looking down at the ground, and you can see her glowing slightly. She's become a little bit translucent and glowing slightly more ghost-like in these woods. So when you spot her, the ghost hovering, looking down, you're able to walk over there, and you see another body below her, and it's the same cream-colored dress. You see the same rips and the dirtiness of it on the ground. You see the caked red blood in her hair, and you see a large rock next to her head that also has some caked blood on it.
Oh.
And there you go.
How stacked is the body? What's the stage of decomposition?
Yeah.
Good question. It's not fresh. To get a specific time, I would need a roll. So this would be an intellect. I don't think anyone has a forensics skill. Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm just kidding. I don't.
So intellect based, we'll stick with her difficulty, which is a 4. So 12 or higher on a roll, unless you want to apply something to that. And anyone can make that. Anyone that's examining the body for clues.
I'll give it a try.
So will I.
Now I do it. That's a 15.
Nice. Perfect. So Garon, you can tell by looking at her seasonal composition, it's probably been a few weeks. So not super fresh, but also hasn't quite gotten to the level of decomposition where she's unidentifiable.
I'd like to
now-
look around for any like trinkets or things that he might have dropped that might indicate that it was him.
Oh, interesting. Let's grab that's gonna be like a intellect, perception, investigation, whatever kind of roll. Why don't you, I'm not gonna tell you what the difficulty is on that, but if you want to reduce it, you let me know how much you're reducing it by.
I rolled a 19.
Fantastic. Okay.
For once in my whole in Ava's whole entire life, she's perceiving things.
Love it. All right.
Feminine
So-
rage is something she takes very seriously.
Got it. Cool. So you start looking around for some sort of incriminating evidence.
Yeah.
We'll give you. I'm going to come back to you, Ruby. Was there anything specific you were doing here?
Can I investigate and see if our killer left like any very visible thumbprints in the blood on the rock or anything like that? Like
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
fingerprints and
you want to examine the murder
Yeah.
weapon a little bit.
stuff? Mhm.
Yeah, we'll do something where it's like a intellect investigation.
Might as well
kind
toss
of check.
some effort onto that
Okay,
for
sounds
shits
good.
and giggles.
Sounds good. Same thing. I'm not going to tell you what the number is, but you let me know how much you're reducing it by.
That would have been reducing it by so one step basically,
Okay.
intellect wise, because I don't think unless this doesn't involve identifying danger, so no.
Yeah, no, not in this case, unfortunately.
Importance, does that fall into this?
Identifying importance. That's-
Mhm. You're trained in all tasks involving identifying or assessing danger, lives, quality, importance, function, or power.
Got it. I wouldn't quite apply it to this, unfortunately.
Okay.
But I like
no
where your
worries.
head's at.
I got a 13.
13? Okay, sounds good. So you check over there. Unfortunately, no such luck as like a nice clear thumbprint on in the blood on the rock. Look around for like any like forensics type things that could link to him specifically, like thumbprints or maybe extra blood somewhere or something along those lines. But don't find anything, unfortunately. Ava, however, you on the other hand are searching around the body. You don't find anything like near the body. You're being careful not to disturb the scene too much anyway. So you start expanding the circumference of your search, and you get a few trees deeper or towards the road, and you see a little glint in the leaves, and you find a little pocket watch with some initials on the back, MM.
I'll call over to my friends and be like, "Hey, found something that ties Mr. Mick Mickelson to the crime, I think. Probably."
So, question. Do we move it out from under the leaves without touching it in some way so it's more obvious?
How about I do this?
I think
Ava just takes her knife and moves a few of the leaves away from it.
That's
Like
also
off
fair.
of it so that it isn't covered, and like maybe we go find that cop guy that was here that we talked to when we first got to town. Bring him out here. Tell him we found something and there's been a murder.
would us stay here.
Sure. Do you want me to stay? The ghosts back up. I think we're buddies now. It probably shouldn't be you. She might forget that she promised not to kill you, and Somebody
I
should probably
glance over
talk
at the
to her about the
ghost.
fact that we're gonna bring a male cop out here too.
Mhm.
Maybe we could explore.
Yeah, we should probably
Leave.
prep her.
Well, she's been like just kind of hovering nearby, just watching what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
She can't really, as a ghost, she can't really help or interfere too much, but she's watching and kind of gathering what you guys are doing.
I'll like talk to her. And I think that Ruby needs to go talk to the cops.
Yeah, they're not going to be very happy about being woken up this late at night.
Yeah. They'll be much happier to see Ruby and her adorable angelic face than me scowling at them.
I think Ruby gets an idea and so she's gonna, if we go through with this, she's gonna make her makeup all runny and cry fake tears and with like ash and stuff.
Should we go talk to that one? What's the one guy? JT. And let him know that we're fulfilling the favor. Technically, the result is not going to be to Mick's liking, but we did the thing. We're doing the thing.
We might want to give him a heads up.
Just so he's not mad at us or whatever, Maybe go talk to him and then go get the cops.
Yeah.
And I'll chill out here with the ghosts. We can bond.
Yeah, he's gonna find out some way.
Weird to have a ghost that likes me, but
That's probably true. But also we should
JT
probably make it look
JT.
like we're not lying to him.
Yeah, I mean, if we're just more transparent, he might nah. I just don't want. I mean, the whole purpose of us doing all of this was for his help. So just make sure that he understands, even if Mick doesn't feel like he's satisfied with the way in which we have addressed his favor. We did, in fact, address the favor. You should be more specific, and it was definitely turning into a fae.
That's fine.
You should be more specific.
Love it.
It's a monkey's paw. Did the thing, just not in the ideal way, most ideal.
I
way
mean,
possible.
it's gonna screw you over, but we did the thing. We screwed you over in the midst of doing the thing, but that's kind of a you problem. Shouldn't probably kill young women in the woods.
Oh, all right. So, you guys finish up here with the body. So who's going where? What's the next actions?
I guess
Ava's gonna stay with the ghost.
Ruby and
Wonderful.
Gara
Ava's staying behind.
go back to town, but before he leaves, Garon gonna use my hedge magic, and I would like to have around
Aww.
Hazel's body some forget-me-nots.
Aww.
Oh,
That's
love
so
that.
sweet.
Yeah, you see the ghosts of Hazel. She sees a little smile across her face, and she nods at you.
Give a little nod back.
Thank you. Right. So, with that nice little gesture, Garon and Ruby, you head back over to the road where your cart and horses are waiting. Ava, you stay behind with your flashlight to hang out here in the woods. And yeah, we head back into town. So I think this will be an excellent spot to take our break. So we'll take 10 minutes here, stretch your legs, grab some water, hydrate or dihydrate, and we'll see you back here soon to continue this little adventure.
Okay.
Woo. We're back.
We're back.
Sweet. All right, let's do it. So, Ava staying in the woods with the ghost. We've got Ruby and Garon heading back into town. You guys get back into your cart, turn it around, and head the 30 minutes back into town. Sorry, Ava, you're going to be waiting for a little while. We're going to come back to your story, though, in a little bit. So, Garon and Ruby, where are we going first? Sounded like we had a couple of places we wanted to go.
JT's.
I was like, I feel like we informed JT first.
Gotcha. Sounds good. Get back onto State Street. Easy to find because it's the largest street right in the middle of town. Find his building. Head on up the stairs to his door that says Offices of JT Fields III. And yeah, you guys knocking, you barging in.
Knocking.
I feel like knocking.
Pretty sure he locked it behind us. So.
Yeah, there's like 9 locks there.
Garon, you reach up to knock, and just before you do, the door swings open, and JT is standing there, and he's like, "What? Oh, it's you guys. Hey, what's up? How can I help? How's the thing going? The thing."
So it's technically fulfilled. The ghost has promised to stop haunting people.
Oh, okay.
However, Mick is not going to necessarily be happy about how it was fulfilled because he's the reason the ghost exists.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. Okay, fair enough. He probably, killed her, created the ghost. Yeah, that makes sense. That's classic Mick.
So you might want to ask for your favor sooner than later than from Mick.
Well, let me ask you this. Is she never going to kill again already, or do you got to fulfill a favor for her first?
She wants Mick brought to justice.
Gotcha. Okay,
well,
fair enough. So it sounds...
English.
Well, then, justice.
Okay, well, let's see. Let me think. So my deal with... Let me just make sure that none of my deals get crossed. Come in real quick. And he heads in, and he opens up a filing cabinet. He pulls out a file, pulls out a piece of parchment, is how you would describe it, where it's like that old-timey yellowing piece of paper. He pulls it out, he unfolds it, and it unfolds like super, super long, this big old sheet. And he puts it on his desk and he starts reading through. Was like, okay, and we had this small clause here and this. Okay, so it looks like as long as we the ghost is, as long as you fulfill your deal with the ghost, then my deal will be fulfilled with Mick, which means that I'll get his soul. So if you guys can do whatever you want to Mick, as soon as he's taken care of, that'll take care of the ghost, which will circle back to me so that I can get the soul. Are you guys planning on just killing him outright, or did you have another plan in mind for justice?
We were gonna go to the police and have them find the body so the family can get some closure, but
okay, that's fair. That's not how I would do it. I mean, like, the justice system is flawed, so he might get off. It might be a whole thing.
Well, if he gets off, then we'll other means.
Other means after that. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we do a temporary solution of bringing him to the police, and then we'll just add that to your contract. And he reaches into the filing cabinet and he pulls out a contract, which you guys didn't necessarily sign, but he has. And he pulls out this huge long thing, just as long as the other sets it down. He starts like writing in the margins some more small print. He's basically like, okay, so this basically just says that if he goes with the police and then he goes free, you guys will come back to town and kill him. Okay? That fair with you guys? Then your side of the deal will be complete. That's just some small print that I got to get out of the way, make sure that he's permanently taken care of. Speak up. Is that good? He reaches out his hand for a handshake.
Oh God.
JT's the original thing.
Yeah.
He is older than everything.
Yeah. Knew that.
And again, like your side of the deal is great. Like all you got to do is either kill Mick or get him permanently put in jail, and
You're
then
hoping
you
for the
guys
death
get your
penalty.
information from me. But of course, if you don't come back and kill Mick, if he is let free, then I do get to collect all 3 of your souls. So as long as you come back and do that, then we're all good.
If would you be?
Or you could just kill Mick. Like that's the cleanest solution.
If he's if he's let free, would you inform us that he's been let free? How would that work?
Well, I would say that you want to just keep very close attention to like newspapers and any sort of news that you can get. Maybe just stop into Paradise every couple of weeks, just double check that he hasn't been let free. And then you should be good, should be able to hang on to your souls that way. But again, maybe you want to just kill Mick. That's up to you. Unless you have like really incriminating evidence against him and you're sure that he'll be put in jail for life or death penalty, crossing our fingers.
I mean, there is a well,
Listen, I don't have all day here. I was just on my way to go, play some blackjack and maybe do some more deals. But you got anything else? I think we're pretty locked up here. Seems like everything's good. Like you guys can decide on your own time. I've given you the offer.
When did our souls become on the line here?
Well, when you decided to, if I give you my side of the bargain, I tell you how to take out the dead queen, but you don't fulfill your side of the bargain, then I still need something in return. All I'm saying is that I'll take your souls. But if you have something of equal value to 3 people's souls, then we could do that instead. You just got to let me know what that is. It's a negotiation. We're negotiating. He he pulls out a flask from his overalls, and he's just like taking a huge swig of whiskey, putting it back in. What do we got? Do you want to do souls, or do you got something else you can put up as collateral?
I don't think Ruby has anything that can be put up as collateral for a soul. Any interesting magic-y stuff?
Or again, like
book.
You got a cookbook? What's the let me see it. It might be something interesting.
I will pull out Nana's book.
Nana's book, or
No.
instead of the cookbook?
Well, I'm saying it, phrasing it as like
Oh yeah,
a spell cookbook basically, because it's all the herbalism stuff.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, the one Sylvia's mom, Lillian Moore, that cookbook that you guys got back in. Where was that?
Or are you talking about your
I'm talking
book?
Mine, the one from Nana with all like the herbalism spell recipes that I
Got it.
still can't do successfully.
Perfect. He takes a look at that book in particular, and he says, "Yeah, I like that. I like that deal. I'll take it. You can hang on to it. All I'm saying is that if you fail with the whole Mick thing, and I've given you my end of the bargain, then that will be our collateral. I'll come collect it. You'll know me when you see me, and then you can just give me that book. Sound good?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
All right, sounds good. How's your grandma doing, by the way? Been a while since I've seen her.
Kind of dead.
Ah, dang it. That's a shame. Well. Fair enough. Yeah, I never made a deal for her soul, so I'm glad she got got away scot-free with that, so that's good. All right, well, I mean, her book will suffice. I mean, it's got a lot of good knowledge in there that I've been trying to get for years, so I'm happy with that. Okay. Sound good to you guys? Take care of Mick in whatever way you want, but if it turns out to not be permanent, I'll come collect the book later. Might be, weeks from now, it might be months, depending on how long the legal case goes on with Mick if you put him in jail. Or, again, just kill the man and we don't have to worry about any of this. But up to you guys. Hey, free will and all of that. I thought free will was a bad idea, but, more power to you. All right. You guys have an excellent day. I got shit to do out of my office. Go, go, go. He just starts, shoving you guys out.
JT is my favorite NPC. I don't know what kind of fucking old god he is, but Jesus Christ, he's my favorite.
I am terrified of this man.
Garon just stumbles out of his office, and I imagine Ruby and him are just on the landing outside the door, and he shuts the door behind him, and you hear all the locks. And Garon just turns to Ruby and is like,
So we really need to make sure this guy stays in jail.
Yeah.
I'm going to ignore the book worth 3 souls right now.
Suddenly killing him seems like a more attractive option.
Character that sold our souls this time.
Yeah.
It's you, Kieran.
Hey.
No, actually, I think Ruby made this deal too.
Our souls.
I'm
saving our souls.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what else have you unleashed to an old god?
Well, ideally, we're not giving it to the old god.
At what cost?
Yes. Ideally, he's not going to get it.
Yeah, I think we might have to look into murder. But let's see if I can rig this trial.
I probably whip up poison.
Yeah, but poison is traceable.
Sorry.
Again, we don't want to necessarily be run out of town. Let's see how the police react first.
We could murder him in jail, right?
Yeah. We just have to rig it a certain way. But we can get to him in jail.
Okay.
Let's see how well they do this investigation. And we can move from there if they're not moving quick enough. But let's not tip off Mick that we know anything. If we can.
Alright.
Unless you really want to go back and get Ava and just straight up murder, but then we gotta get out of town. And probably will never come back.
Idea.
Listening.
What if figure out a way to bring Mick with us, and then the ghost can murder him, so we're technically not murdering him?
I mean, that would be a great idea. I just don't know how we're gonna get him out.
Likes murdering women.
Okay, so we're going with this route. Okay.
Hey, I was the bait for the ghost.
I'll be the bait for the murder. It's fine. We just have to convince him to get out.
Get him drunk enough?
Let's get him drunk. And let's convince him the ghost is gone. And then we leave.
Oh, that would be... Well, that'd be enough time to tie him up. I have anesthetic.
Let's do it.
It would knock him out for a minute, which would give us enough time to bound and gag him.
And
we
I'm
can
pretty sure I can.
toss him in the cart and hightail it out to the woods.
Sounds good. How big is this man in comparison to us, Darren?
He's a pretty large man. It would probably take the both of you dragging him into the street to get him into the cart.
Is there a back alley behind the shop?
Yes.
Is
Let's do this. Whichever one wants to. We're gonna do 50-50 roll of the dice check to see if the alley is big enough for a cart. If you want to load them up secretly, like behind the store or next to the store. So
whose
11
dice
or
do we
higher.
trust more?
Not mine.
You want to roll high, 11 or higher.
Okay. Fine. I'll roll. Nope, that's a 7.
Okay.
My dice are not trustworthy.
Sounds good. So basically, there is an alleyway that's on the side of the building. It's pretty quiet and dark, but the cart can't fit in the alleyway. So you would just need to get him from the store into the cart as inconspicuously as possible.
How do you still have the moonshine?
Other option would be just to lure him outside of town, then knock him out as soon as he's outside of town, and we can toss him and run.
Can we lure him out by saying we found something interesting in the woods after we took out the ghost? And because we're such good friends, we wanted to make sure he knew about it first.
I think
I can
anything
do
we
that.
say, I think. Sure. Probably have a good.
I'm also trained in deception, lies, and trickery. So, as well as persuasion. And I'm willing to blow fast talk on this as well to try and get him to follow me. Can I do my makeup to make it look runny and like I've been sobbing and then run up to his door? Are we okay with this? To try and get him into the cart and show him.
Yeah, you're just making deception rolls on that sort of stuff. You want to do that?
Like you do your makeup and then you're gonna bring him to the cart. Get him in the cart.
Yeah.
I can pop up and
Yeah, do my makeup like I've been sobbing and I'm distraught and trying to figure out what's going on. And just be, I saw something so terrible in the woods after we took care of the ghost. And you're the only one that I know in this town to go to, and you're the one who directed us towards the ghost, so we figured I thought you should know first. What do I do?
All right. Is that what we want to try to do?
That's yeah.
Plan?
Yep, that's the plan.
All right. I love it. I love it.
I love
Let's do
how
it.
we went from let's use the justice system to like, nah, let's just straight up murder this guy.
Once you found out the nuances
selling
of fey
souls.
deals. Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as their souls came into question, I'm sorry, something's already fighting for my soul. I don't want another thing to worry about.
This has gone sideways in so many ways.
You know, JT versus the Dead Queen? Who do you think is gonna win? My bets are on JT.
Yeah,
You know,
mine.
for some reason, I'm gonna put my money on the guy in overalls.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know why.
Oh, all right. I love this so much. So we're gonna have a series of rolls to get this plan enacted from point A to point B. It's gonna go great. Don't worry. So you guys pull up the cart in front of Mick's shop. It looks dead inside. No one's in there, but you do see Mick kind of messing with some stuff. So no one's in the business. It is late night on a Saturday night in a popular town, so there are plenty of people walking around in the streets. You're gonna want to try and do this as smoothly as possible so as not to alert any attention from them. You guys pull up your cart. Ruby, you've gotten your streaks of makeup. Garon, it sounded like you want to be kind of hiding in the cart to pop up once he's there.
Yes. Gonna have
or
anesthetic at the
Perfect.
ready.
Awesome, sounds good. We got our anesthetic ready that we got in a previous adventure. That's very nice to call that back. So, Ruby, you're heading into the shop. Go ahead and describe what you're doing as you walk in.
So I think Ruby is like pretending, or like is like or I feel like she's probably mastered the like fake sobbing, like, or like has learned how to cry, fake cry basically, and actually cry real tears while she's doing it. She's shaking. She starts with a tentative knock on the door, and then when she walks in, like puts on the full facade and is like stumbling over her words, and it's like, Mick, we just saw something horrible in the woods. My friends are, I rushed back as soon as I could. My friends, they're back there watching over the scene and everything. We fought the ghosts, but we saw something truly like terrible. She brought us to a strange place, and I think she brought us to where she died, and I don't know what to do. You're the only person I really know in this town that I really trust, seeing as you were so nice to us with the silver bullets earlier, and just, we need help. Like, we need to figure out what to do. Who do we go to?
So as you're spouting this, before we get his reaction,
roll first. And I will be using fast talk.
Lovely.
So,
is that the one that lets you like get him to do a specific action?
Yeah, one reasonable action.
Okay.
As long as he isn't openly hostile to me.
Okay, gotcha. Sounds good. And I know it's not in the rules, but I think you and I kind of discussed that sort of stuff we're gonna start doing
like rolls for,
because I think it's way too powerful for you to be able to do that stuff for free, which is what the rules as written does, and that's ridiculous. So we'll do a check with that. So this is an intellect check. He's set at a difficulty 3, so you just got to roll a 9 or higher unless you want to apply any efforts or anything to this.
I would like to apply both effort, and I do have both deception, lies / trickery, and persuasion, depending on how you want to see this.
Totally, yeah. Deception, definitely. That'll pop us down to a 2. You're applying 1 level of effort.
Yep.
So that'll bring us down to a 1. So just got to roll a 3 or higher.
That is a 9.
Yes. All right. So immediately you see him be like, "Oh, sweetie, it's okay. Don't worry." And he comes over.
There's an internal cringe when you hear "sweetie."
Absolutely. He goes immediately to like bring you in for a hug. Whether or not you allow that to happen as part of your deception, you let me know.
She will let it happen.
Perfect.
Granted, like, she does have her armor underneath it, everything. So.
Yes. You're right. So yeah, he hugs you and he's like, "Oh, it's okay, sweetie. Just how did it go with the ghost?"
We fought her. She was really scary, screaming, unhinged jaw, floating, really hard to hit, but my compatriot, the one with the knife, she took care of it.
Oh, you poor thing. You must be terrified. Yeah, let's go. We can go check out what you found out there. And he comes with you willingly. as you bring him out to the cart.
While this is going on, while he's comforting me, can I activate voices and let Garon know we're heading out?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, send a quick little telepathic message over to Garon to give Garon the heads up. Garon, you get this message that she and Mick are coming outside. Mick immediately goes to what would be considered the driver's seat and sits down and grabs the reins, and he's going to drive you because he's that kind of person. He's like, come on, sit down next to me. I'll take care of everything. And he...
I'm sure you will.
and he's starting to go. Garon, what was your plan as far as like when you want to jump out?
I was gonna wait until we have left the immediate, like, city, like the immediate city streets, because in case things go wrong, I don't want to be in a place that will attract bystanders.
Got it.
Oh,
Cool. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so he starts taking off with you with the cart. You guys start riding off west, right along the same road you guys were using.
Ruby will give, like, we'll keep talking, but and, like, give directions as to, like, where her companions are.
Yes.
And kind of describe the fight in, like, hiccuping sobs and whatnot.
Perfect. I think he's also going to start asking you more detail about what you found specifically. What would you like to tell him? Like he's like, so you found something? What did you find?
I will talk around it. I'll start talking about, like, I'll talk about, like, seeing blood and scraps of a white dress, or like this, or scraps of white fabric. I don't know if I'll say dress just yet. And then talk about how it looked like something had fallen through the thicket or branches or whatever that area was.
Gotcha.
And my companions told me to stay back because it was too gruesome for my eyes, kind of thing.
He gives like a knowing nod, like, yes, of course, that makes sense. Great. And Garon, you're keeping like an eye out. You see the light of the town fades down. You are comfortable enough that you've reached like a bend in the road, and you have plenty of tree cover. Now would be a good time to strike if that's what you would like to do.
yep.
All right. So we're doing an attack roll. This would be might. I'd also allow speed with this if that helps you at all. But might or speed attack. He's a difficulty 3, so it'd be a 9 or higher. If you want to spend any effort on this, you let me know.
Yeah, I would. I'll go with my pools are the same for might and speed, so I'll go with speed, and I will spend I'll spend 2 effort.
All right. Do you have the ability to do that? I know you need what is it?
It's,
I forgot.
I mean, I have the ability to spend 2 effort, but for something I don't have edge in, it's just 3.
Oh, yeah.
3 from my pool per effort, right?
I see what you mean. All right, cool. Yep, you got it. So reducing the difficulty by 1 with that would put us at 2. So 6 or higher is what you got to roll.
I was gonna spend 2 effort though.
Okay, hang on.
That'd be 6 pool points.
Yes, as long as you. Oops, that's not cool. I forget. I just forget the terminology, so I'm having a hard time describing what I meant.
I took the extra effort.
An edge. So you. Gotcha. So you have 1 edge in speed, or sorry, not edge. What is it that I'm trying to say?
So no, effort applies to everything.
Yeah. Right.
Edge. You're thinking of edge, which
Reduces
is something
the amount
else.
Of
Got it.
You have to
Yeah.
So yep. Okay. Thank you. I forgot how the rules of this game work. You're fine. I gotcha. All right. So you're spending 6 points to be able to reduce it by 2. So that's a difficulty of 1. Just got to roll a 3 or higher.
Thank God. Okay, that's a 15.
15.
I was
plenty.
so nervous.
So you reach up with your rag. Before he even knows what's happening, you've got it shoved against his face. You hear his muffled voice as you pull him back. You pull him back into the cart with you. And Ruby, you reach over, you grab the reins.
I was about to say, do I have to roll to grab the reins?
No, you just get it. The horses continue on their way, none the wiser, trotting along. And Garon, you hold him for just long enough that he eventually relaxes, into unconsciousness. And then I'm assuming you're tying him up, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
How is it? Perfect. Tying him up, you doing any sort of like gag as far as like over his mouth?
Yeah. Is the anesthetic just good for one use? I picked up.
Ooh, fantastic question. I think. Oh, it had specific rules with it. I'm gonna look it up just to keep us honest. So give me 1 second
What
to
I
look at
have,
that.
I don't know if there's more. What I have written down is that it knocks you out for a minute, and you can make a might roll to try and wake up.
Got it.
But I didn't know if it was like a one use or if I have more.
It would be. Let's. What are you? Can you? Do you have a D6 on you? Can you roll a D6 for me? We'll say it's that many uses. So whatever you roll on that, that's the number of uses you'll have.
5.
5, nice. Okay, so you've used your first use, and it'll have 4 more uses going forward. So just keep track of that in case you guys want to use that anesthetic any other time. Cool. So you got him tied up. You got a gag on him to keep him quiet. And you guys continue into the woods. You're traveling for about 30 minutes. Is there anything else you guys want to do as you're traveling?
Can I keep the weird aura sense that I developed with the dog things up? Or can I try and roll for that so I can sense other minds in the area just in case so we don't get ambushed?
I see what you mean. Yeah, let's go ahead and roll for that.
I don't remember what you had me roll for it though.
It's like it's that like danger sense thing you have, right?
Yeah, because we kind of like
apply
went
that
over
to
it. Yeah.
So you'll basically be rolling. I'm not going to tell you what the difficulty would be because it's things that are unseen. But we'll ease it by 1 automatically for like detecting danger. And then if you want to apply anything else to that under intellect, you let me know.
I'll use an edge.
Okay.
So, or effort, so
easing it by 2.
Yep. Where did I put my die? That is a 15.
Okay, got it. Great. Cool. So that's a good amount there. So before I answer that, Ava. Hello, Ava. Can you roll me a d20 and tell me what you get? You want a high number.
Oh no.
15.
15? Okay, sounds good. Carry on. I'll come back to you in a moment. Ruby, you don't sense
that that's good, but maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, yeah.
Perfect.
Ava's chilling with the ghost, you know?
Exactly, just chilling. No extra things that I just had you roll for.
Nothing at all. Absolutely
Ruby,
not.
you put out the sense you're kind of trying to feel for your mother's influence out in the immediate area. You don't sense anything while you're doing that. But you keep an eye out, keep an ear out, just keep a sense out.
Yeah.
And you don't pick up on anything. Cool. So carrying on, about 30 minutes pass. You reach the familiar bend in the road that you were at previously. Stop on the side of the road, and Ava, you've been hanging out with this ghost. Is there anything specifically you've been doing for the last hour?
Small girl talking. Ava would specifically want to know if there was any like reason the ghost can think of for Mick to kill her. And like motive, specifically, maybe he's just a serial killer of girls. She's not sure, but she'd like to sort this out before she potentially has to off him. I don't know. It sounds like we're going with the justice system. She also was going to explain to the ghost that her friends are going to be coming back, and they're gonna bring a police officer that's a man. Probably don't kill that one because we're getting justice and like what does justice look like? You know, that kind of stuff. And then
Right.
I think Ava's weirdly gonna like, you know, if he was sentenced to prison in Kennet, you'd be worse than death anyway. So you know.
Right.
Love it.
Yeah, so you're making small talk. She unfortunately doesn't really have much more details other than he excuse me. Other than like you know, he offered to bring her out on a fun date, had a fun spot for them to go to. And basically that was the initial thing. But she was like, you know, he talked me into it. I thought it could be interesting, so I went. But as far as like she basically doesn't remember anything as far as once they got out into the woods. Something happened and she doesn't know the details, but she knows enough that it's like it would have had to be him. Who else could it have been?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I already found his locket or his pocket watch or whatever. So, you know, I have no doubts. Also, he was a little grimy when I met him, so I don't doubt you. I was just wondering. I'm just curious if he's like a serial killer, or like a serial rapist, or like, you know, or like if there was like a reason he was being bad for like a specific reason, like to rob you, or
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then she's like she doesn't have anything specific. She has suspicions, and it's all the usual stuff, but
he's
nothing.
just grimy.
Could be. Yeah, she's like, you know, he didn't make me feel safe once we left town.
Yeah, no, that's a. Well, I wonder how many girls he's done that to. Like, have there been a lot of like just small talk with the ghost? Have there been a lot of like disappearances in the town or whatever, like of young gals like before you?
So you say that, and as she's about to respond with the next thing, she stops talking, and you see her turn and look at the road, and then she just shoots off at an incredible speed towards the road, like floating. Now you guys on your cart, you're trying to find a place to pull over. You're like, we think it's roughly around here, and before you even know it, this ghost comes barreling straight at you, Ruby, who's driving. Goes through you, ghostly, and before you even know it, Garon, Mick is grabbed and pulled fully out the back of the cart, all in one swift motion, and you hear his muffled screams as he's shot off into the darkness, and you hear her ghostly scream that you heard before as he vanishes into the dark, being pulled into whatever darkness happens.
Before, like, as I'm pulling up the rates, can I activate inside voice on her and say, we brought you a gift?
Ava's gonna be jogging through the woods, like, what the fuck just happened? See them, and be like,
yeah,
fuck?
You just like see him being dragged across the ground, like trying to claw his way out into the woods, and just disappears into the darkness.
I was gonna offer to torture him to make you a letter saying that he killed you with a confession. Well, you know what? That's fine. We've got the locket. It's all right. We'll make sure it all gets taken care of, all the paperwork and all that. You have fun.
So turns out it was our soul versus his soul, so it was kind of his soul.
Look, I I didn't even know our souls were on the line, and I was ready to kill the dude, so I don't care.
I figured, but
I'm
Yeah,
not a
you-
big
We'll get
fan
all
of
the
guys
info.
who just randomly take innocent gals on dates in the woods, make them feel unsafe, and then kill them.
Yeah, he got
you
his
know,
comeuppance, one could say.
Yeah,
I feel like he got what was coming to him. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
I
karma's
mean,
a bitch. Sometimes
he
it's a
got
ghost.
drugged by a bunch of people and brought out into the woods and then murdered. So
Yeah. Well, I don't even know how many women he's done this to, you know? Like in reality, we could be fine. We could be looking. I mean, if we look further, I don't know how long we want to spend in the woods though. With your ma got the you know, the zombie creatures after us.
Don't we leave that?
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
that can be a police problem. We can tell them what we found in the woods, though.
We'll tell them where the we found the body. I don't give a fuck where Mick is. I don't know nothing about that.
You just start hearing male screaming in the woods, like just
Maybe we give them a little bit. We
echoing
can grab
through
a
the
drink
woods.
and then we could get the cops. Yeah, but she probably wants to do. Probably wants to revenge in peace. You know.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Hazel.
her
We
some
will make sure
space.
that your body is found and that everybody knows who did it. Okay.
Hey, the green watch over you.
Good talking with you. It's nice to have a friend that's a ghost for a change.
Ron pulls out his bottle of moonshine and just takes a little sip.
Guys, let's
Let's go.
yeah,
Hey,
let's go.
hey, if we want to make this more convincing, we could go trash. We could go trash Mick's shop and make it look like he was trying to get the hell out of Dodge.
Can also steal some shit.
That
There's
was
probably
idea.
money in the register.
I do like that we're, you know, you were a little squeamish about the murder, Garon, but you're on board for the theft.
Well, none of us are actually doing the murder, so
Yeah. We just
technically,
slipped him on a platter. I mean, I was prepared to do the murder. I was gonna get him to write a confession first, and then possibly break his neck. But you know, this works too.
maybe
I mean,
Maybe
had
he has a
deadline.
journal.
It was my plan. Yeah, maybe. I mean, either way, I found his locket or his pocket watch out here, so that's
Yeah.
evidence that he did it.
I think that-
But you know, we can say that he got nervous when we started asking questions in his shop.
should we be
suspicious.
concerned about the number of killers that die after we find out they're killers?
Nah,
Well,
that's that
how-
vigilante shit we on.
how many have we? How many of those have we orchestrated? Not all
One
of
was
them.
Max. Yeah, that's
One
true.
now, at least.
One. No, the other one wasn't our fault. He fucked up.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
It
a
was
coincidence.
unfortunate.
Accidental, whatever.
That. I don't know if I
You
would
mean
classify
The one
that
killer.
as
Look, that was not. It
accidental.
wasn't an accident. Something came for him. It was terrifying. I wasn't gonna stay there to be next. So yeah. It was invisible. It tore him apart. I don't know what you want from me.
I'm nothing. I'm just saying it wasn't technically an accident. It was premeditated. It's not
just
by
wasn't
us.
premeditated on our part.
Yes.
Yes.
Somebody premeditated it, but it wasn't me. Anyways, you
We
know,
should go.
Yeah.
we've got a lot of trauma that we don't talk about.
We
Just
should
saying.
probably get out of here.
Anyways, moving on.
And as we continue the trend of not unpacking trauma, you guys
We
get
keep that
into
packed up in the back of the cart. We
Yeah,
don't,
leave it at the
we don't
cart.
talk about it. We're, you know,
You leave yours in the cart. I just abandoned mine on the side of the road.
that's fair.
hey, that's
But
fine.
then anybody can pick it up, you know?
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
fair.
Very trauma.
Metaphor on metaphor on metaphor. I'm loving it. So you guys get into
Someone else can unpack that.
yeah. You guys get back into your cart to head back into town, thinking, ignoring the screams that are still happening.
La,
And
la,
you
la, la.
La 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 la. You
Weirdly,
guys,
Ava's pretty good at ignoring the screams and the codes.
and you guys head back into town. Another half an hour. Um, eventually, see the lights of the town and find your way back onto State Street. It's now getting quite late. We're looking at like just after midnight. The night scene is in full effect. We got people everywhere, you know, drinking, even though technically it's prohibition, so they shouldn't be drinking openly, but they are in this town because no one stops them.
There's-
Yeah.
It's fair.
What's your plan? What's the next stop?
I think we're gonna go trash mix shop, make it look like he packed up and left town.
Maybe.
Take any good stuff that we want, and then
Maybe.
we shouldn't
Wait.
get caught doing that. Maybe
No.
some of us should do that.
Maybe we should wait until the
Yeah.
Actually, now with the commotion, I think it would be better. What I think we should do is maybe I should break in and do the dirty work, because I think I might be the most discreet of our bunch.
There's a back
to
alley.
be honest with you.
Mhm. There is a
And
back
then
alley.
you guys get seen going and doing stuff out there. So then, like, if we get blamed or like anything were to happen, be like, nah, tons of people saw us in the crowd, you know, and they just won't remember me because look at this one's face. She just like to Ruby and like, also you're very memorable, Garon, very memorable. In an endearing way, of course.
Mm.
I'll go some card tricks. I'll do some card
You guys, like then people will think that like we were out and about, right? Like the alibi, you know. I'll go break in. I got this.
All right, so Ava's gonna go trash the shop. It
Break
sounds
into
like
the shop and steal some shit.
alley.
perfect.
She's gonna go in through the back alley.
Garon and Ruby, what will you guys be up to while she's doing that?
Street performance. Card tricks, I guess.
May as well be a
Fortune telling.
distraction elsewhere.
Try to pull the maybe like across the street so people are looking at you and not into the
Yeah.
into the shop. That's smart.
Mhm.
Cool. All right. I like it. You guys have set this up well enough that I won't require any rolls. Garon and Ruby, you're doing your act across the streets. Look over here. Look over here. Meanwhile, Ava, you head into the shop. You're basically trying to make it look like he left in a hurry, right?
Yep, trying. Like not like somebody broke in, but like like knock a few things over, like he was just like clumsily and like make things look like they were like hastily thrown together, and then she's gonna take the good shit.
Perfect.
You know,
Cool.
she's gonna leave the crap, but like take some good shit.
Take all the money from the register and leave the register drawer
And-
open.
And yes, yep.
Cool. So register wise, you find a register that's got $30 in cash in it. While you're digging through stuff, moving about, there is a locked safe. Which if you want to try and break into that, that's on you. You let me know.
Absolutely.
Sounds good. We'll come back
He's
to that
got
in a second. We'll
tools.
do that last.
She's got tools.
As far as like breaking everything else down, is there anything specific you'd like to take as far as like to keep besides like straight
Yeah,
cash?
everything in that little magic thing case that he had.
Sounds good. He originally had new skin,
yeah, we got the
pokeberry.
new skin.
bullets.
We bought them.
Did you guys take the bullets from that? The pokeberry. bullets?
No, we
No,
just
we
took
just
the
took the
skin.
silver bullets, but I do want those pokeberry bullets for my friends.
Awesome. So you can grab
Um,
that if someone wants to write that down. And then there's
Mhm.
a snake bite tincture, which just makes you immune to poison effects.
She wants that too. And then I think he might have already sold it, but there was the crow baby in there that was originally mine, and the card that was originally Tessa's.
You can grab the crow baby back. Crow baby back.
Yoink.
And then there was a card, right? Do we remember what
Yep,
that card was?
and a tarot card, I think, or whatever.
Did we give away the rattlesnake?
You traded one of the cards for a different card.
Oh no. I think you were thinking about doing it, but maybe you didn't.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think we did.
Well,
Then
she's
go
gonna
through.
get all that shit
Yeah.
for her friends.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So you can get the crow baby back, and then the pokeberry bullets, which I forget what those do. I'm just gonna read that real
More
quick.
damage against witches.
It's
Thank
witch
you.
bullets.
Oh yeah.
Witch bullets.
I remember that, which will be super helpful.
I imagine it will be somehow.
So you guys get all of that stuff together, and then he had like a crate full of like random weapons in there. Nothing necessarily better than what you have, but
Yeah, she just wants to grab all of the throwing, anything that she can use as a throwing knife. So she's just like knifed up to the teeth.
perfect. Yeah, nothing specifically used for that, but you do find like there's a hunting knife, one of those like really
perfect.
thick ones, and then a like a kitchen steak knife is in there as well.
That's fine. She can learn to throw them. She's
Perfect,
just got to
sounds
get the balance down, you know.
Sounds good. So you grab those two things.
That hunting knife, that would be nasty if she throws that at somebody.
Yeah. That'll be fun. Well, so remember you have that.
Yep.
And then basically anything else is just kind of a worse version than what you
Yeah, if there's
already
any
have.
ammunition, like arrows for Garan, she'll grab those too. I don't know if he's got arrows. That doesn't. Really
Doesn't have any arrows,
so.
unfortunately. Has a few loose bullets. You guys grabbed all the silver stuff, but
Yeah, she'll grab all the bullets because
okay.
you know.
We'll say 5 bullets for each gun that you guys have.
Okay.
So Garon's got a gun still.
Can you guys write those?
So you can
ones down?
add 5 bullets to Garon's, and then Ruby 5 more for your little Derringer pistol.
Okay.
Cool. Sounds good. And then there was just like a bunch of random whatevers. There was that library, which you guys didn't find anything super useful in there, but just a bunch of random books.
She doesn't care about any of that other shit. She just is
Fair
like
enough.
packing up what she thinks like anybody would take that was important and
Perfect. Yeah, throw it in a suitcase.
cash, and then just
have
like knocking a couple things over like it looks like in haste. And
Perfect.
she'll have, if he has a duffel bag or anything in the back, she'll have like packed it in there. And then
Perfect. Yeah, you find like a suitcase that would work well for that sort of stuff.
Yep. She puts all that stuff in there, and then she throws it on the back of the cart.
Awesome. So we got that safe.
And she's actually just gonna take the whole safe.
It's like a big like heavy safe
It's
that
too
you
big
definitely
to
got.
carry. All right, then
less
tool
big,
it up.
but built specifically so that no one can move it without like special
That's
equipment.
fair.
So if you want to try and take a quick crack at it, you definitely can.
Yeah,
feel
I
free
will.
to. Okay.
She's got tools, so I don't know if that's gonna lower the.
Yeah, we can lower with what you got. So it does start with a difficulty 7. So that's a 21 or higher. We're going to ease it with the tools, so that makes it a difficulty 6, so an 18 or higher. And then if you'd like to apply any effort, you can either use intellect or speed.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a speed effort, but in addition to that, I'm gonna make a ridiculous argument. It's totally fine if you say no,
Sure.
but I'm gonna make a ridiculous argument for I am trained in prison systems, so locks.
Well, if it was like just a regular lock and key,
Yeah,
then yes, but this is more like cracking a safe. Like it's got the dials and everything.
okay.
So that wouldn't necessarily apply here.
That's fair.
but-
That's fair. I was
like to
totally
think of it.
prepared for you to say no. I knew I was kind of grasping at straws on that.
All right. So we
I
started
had
at
to-
7. Tools reduced it to 6. Just 1 level of effort to bring it to 5.
Yep. I'll use 2.
Okay, cool. So that brings it down to a 4. So 12 or higher, and you can crack into the safe.
It's an extra mystery to me because, oh my god, I rolled an exact 12.
Nice. Once again, barely succeeding. Love it.
It's like dark where like the dice went, so I like roll it, and I was like, oh,
Nice.
it
So-
like got revealed in the spotlight.
You find bundles of cash in here totaling $350. that you can just start grabbing if you'd like to.
Yes, absolutely.
There's also a bunch of like valuable looking jewelry in here.
Taking
Just like stuff that looks
Yep.
very expensive. You can
Yep.
just start grabbing these necklaces and rings and all that sort of
Yep.
stuff, throw it in a bag, bring
Throw
all
it
of that
in
up.
the suitcase, throwing it in my tool bag, whatever.
Yep.
We are filling this stuff up, and then she's actually going to leave the safe door open. So it looks like he took everything out of it, you know?
Yeah. Sounds good to me. Yeah.
And
I
she
like
like
to
put back whatever screws or whatever she, you know,
used to break in.
took out. So it looks like it was just like, you know, the person
Mhm.
just put in the code and left it open.
Perfect. I love it. Yeah, sounds good. So you do that. You get all this stuff added to your inventory. You flip the sign that says open to closed,
Yep.
and you head out the back.
Yep.
Awesome. Sounds good. And you're heading out just as you're hearing the applause from Ruby and Garon's show.
And then
as they're
she just
finishing
gets
up.
ready to do a knife throwing act because
Yep. Because of course you got to finish the show off. You can't just
right. And then
you
it
can't let
seems like
Garon
I
be
was
the
there the whole
showstopper.
time, right?
Exactly. You come up on stage. That's your alibi now, is that you were doing a knife show.
Yes. I was seen doing this.
Perfect. Love it. You do your little knife show. I'll give you guys an extra $6 for your little show on the road.
You're so rich.
You
Well,
guys
we
have
are
a lot of money
now.
now. Yeah. You guys keep stealing from shit. And I'm like, yeah, it makes sense that there would be like a safe with a bunch of money in this little pawn shop. And of course he's gonna have just like a bunch of like expensive
Oh,
jewelry
it's a
in a
pawn
safe.
shop. She
Yeah,
knew there was
yeah.
good shit in there.
Yeah.
I do think
When Ruby said we could steal his shit, she was like, "Yeah, 100%, yeah."
I do think we
She
should
doesn't need it now.
we should change our group name to the Just Enoughs. That's how our roles go.
Just
Ugh.
enoughs.
Love it. Ruby, did you mark down the cash and then the
50
fistfuls of
plus jewelry and safe, and then
Perfect.
the $6 for the show.
And it was
Awesome.
$30 from the safe or the register.
Thank you. That was the one I missed.
Yep.
Perfect. Yep, he kept like basically change in there, but the big stuff went into the safe.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
obviously.
Cool. All right, so you guys have successfully set it up to make it look like Mick just left town, so no one's going to be necessarily on a manhunt for him. What's next? What's your next plan?
Ava would like to go bury his body, whatever's remaining of it. Just get rid of that so people think he's just gone.
We also did promise her that we'd get.
And we should talk to her
parents out.
parents. I actually feel like we should send Ruby for that.
I feel
Ruby's
like
adorable.
if we're gonna be pulling in the parents and the police, we should wait until the morning. If we were
Yeah.
just doing a show, it would look really suspicious if we finished up a show and we're like, "Hey, so we found your daughter's body."
That's valid. Also, let's bury his body or whatever she left behind. I'll get rid of it. And then we're
Then we
golden.
go sleep for the night, and then
We go sleep and then we go tell her parents and the police in the morning.
Probably inform them.
Yes.
Yeah, we should tell the police, and I think we should also get our story straight because I think we should tell the police that we were on to Mick, and that's why he left town. Like we asked some questions, and he was really suspicious and seemed nervous, and then we don't know what happened to him. I mean, he was kind of sketch when we were asking
Yeah.
questions about the
I'm
ghost.
just- It would be reasonable that we would have been able to really find out Hazel's name, or if
Yeah, it might be.
because I think that we should probably let the police contact the parents.
Well, we should probably tell them that we heard around the rumor mill that there was a girl missing named Hazel.
But
But
You're a good liar, Ruby. You can spin it.
I haven't been seen in any of the rumor mills. That's the problem.
All right, I guess we're going drinking then.
Well, the body's identified, right?
Yeah.
So if we go to the police and we're like, hey, we found this dead body, take him there. They'd probably be able to ID her.
Yeah.
Find the pocket watch, and then they can contact the parents. Where we're just like, you just.
That's
stumbled
fine.
upon
Then we
it.
didn't know. The less we know, the better.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna go bury Mick. Does anybody want to join me for moonlight burying?
I feel like you should not be going out alone.
Ugh.
Do we need to let what's his
They're after you, to be fair, not me.
But they know we're connected.
I actually might be in more danger if you join me. Oh, by the way, there's quite a bit of cash and jewelry. You might want to rearrange where that is stashed in the cart.
Got it. We'll fix the stash.
Also, all the magic things that we wanted. Help yourself.
We'll also
Merry
rearrange
Christmas.
the stash.
Merry Christmas, my friends. Merry McMiss.
Got it.
Your hands like that's uncomfortable. You made that joke.
Oh, it's more like we probably shouldn't be making jokes about him. In case people overhear us making jokes about him.
Okay, we'll wait till we leave town then. Then I'll make some jokes. But anyways, there's some stuff. You might want to hide it better. Yeah, go get seen out and about, and I'll go bury the body. Just keep your telepathic stuff open, in case.
I will do.
But
my
I am a
best.
fast runner, so if anything comes after me, I'll climb or run or something.
Okay. I guess Ruby will make a show of being out and about and sweet talk her way into the not so subtle speakeasy.
Sounds good.
Generally rub elbows and inquire about things going on in the town and such, so people know she was asking.
Okay. Sounds good. So Ruby's going to do that. What was the plans with the rest of the group?
Ava's going to look for the body and just to dispose of it.
Okay. Yeah, just go see what happened with that. Great. Garon?
Ava pretty.
Do you want to join one of them?
What? Oh, you want to come with
I
me?
was gonna say, is Ava intent on going on her own?
No, she's not. She's not against you joining. She feels like Ruby might be wanted in the forest for some reason, and might attract bad things. So,
Ruby should not.
maybe Ruby can go get seen. Garon,
Yeah.
I'm just
it
thinking,
could go
yeah.
either way. You know, he could join either one of
I'm
us,
just
and she
thinking
wouldn't care because she doesn't think that the dead queen wants.
Ruby's
Garon.
probably safer in the town.
I was about to
though,
say Ruby
Yeah.
is safer than
because even
Ava.
though
Mhm.
Ava's not necessarily directly wanted by the dead queen, there are still things out there that would
There's
go after
association
Ava.
there.
So
It's not no risk. It's just
yeah, Garon would join
lower
Ava.
risk than if Ruby were there.
Mhm. Yes. I will also say, as Ruby is doing her thing, she is also maybe gaslighting and girl bossing her way into making everyone think that they just saw her friends, or they're somewhere across the crowd and whatnot.
I think they went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garon was just telling fortunes on the corner. It's fine.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just saw them.
Did you see Ava's knife tricks? Man.
So yeah,
Oh
just
my god, Garon just won a huge pot at poker. Jeez.
yeah. Yeah, all of that.
Mhm. Love it.
Just to muddy the waters even further, to have people hopefully swearing that they saw the rest of the group as well.
Awesome. All right. Sounds good. So Ava going into the woods, Ruby's going there. So sorry, I was looking at my notes. Garon, which person did you end up going
I'm
with?
going
or-
with Ava.
Okay, sounds good.
It's more dangerous to be alone in the woods than in town.
Got it. Sounds
Don't
good.
go alone. Take your emotional support witch boy with you.
Yeah. So you guys take the cart and start heading off into the woods. Again, about 30 minutes to roughly the spot that you'll need to start looking. Ruby, you head into that speakeasy after waiting in line for a little bit. It's a very popular speakeasy. Start rubbing elbows. You're seen making an effort, talking with people, all that sort of stuff. I'd say you find. Let me look. Hang on.
Oh no.
Well, I just want to see if
There's body
there's
to be
any.
found, and there's intestines that are strewn over a tree branch, and yuck. We're definitely. I'm taking a bath after this.
That is fair.
Yeah, not too much going on in town. Like most people are just kind of like, ugh, what a work week. I'm excited to be out here, or excited to be, drinking and stuff. Everyone's spending all of their money gambling. You hear both cheers and sobbing,
Moans,
depending
yeah.
on who's won or lost. You do hear a few people who are excited about going to the movie theater in town because they heard that a famous singer is going to be singing there this weekend, Clarence Love. So you hear a few people talking about that and how that they're going to try and go see the next showing, that sort of stuff. Yeah, I think. But besides that's nothing else of note in this little town. Just most people focused on the gambling in front of them.
Sounds good.
So
basically go around schmoozing and grifting a little bit, and not to the point that I'm stealing their stuff, but like maybe getting a free drink or two, depending on how people feel about me. So
it's exactly. I love that.
And
yeah.
Trying to convince them that my friends are somewhere in the speakeasy as well, and they're just too drunk to notice.
Gotcha.
So.
Awesome. Yes. Setting up alibis, doing your thing.
Yep.
Love it. All right. Garon and Ava, you're in the woods again, doing your thing. You reach roughly where the you guys have been stopping on the side of the road here to start looking for wherever the hell this Hazel brought this dead body. It's probably dead by now. So let's grab a
I would
roll
hope
from
so.
you guys.
Otherwise, we're just gonna have to stand there awkwardly while she finishes them off.
True. So we're grabbing a difficulty 4, like it's intellect, but it's like investigation, looking for stuff, kind of a check if you have anything for that, or if you want to apply effort. So difficulty 4 would be a 12 or higher on the die. Let me know if you want to apply anything for that.
I feel like this might be a little bit of a stretch, but since we're in the woods, would wilderness navigation help here?
Ava fails.
Yeah, sure. Why the heck not? Yeah, that'll drop it down to a 3. So 9 or higher. And then if you want to apply effort with intellect, you can. But...
That is an 11.
Nice. Okay, so it succeeded because you wormed your way into that. Perfect.
Yes.
Cool. So you guys are walking in the woods together, staying close enough that you can see each other because it's the dark woods, but keeping a little bit of distance so that you can cover more ground. Garon, you feel as you're walking, you feel a raindrop on the top of your head. And it's like, you saw stars earlier.
Oh no.
You didn't think that there were any rain clouds. So you step back and you reach out your hand, and another drop hits your hand, and you see that it is blood red. And you, of course, look up in the tree above you, and you see pierced through the chest by a branch is Mick's body up there. Even from here, you can see that his like intestines are hanging out of like a tear across his belly. You get another light up there, and you see his eyes are gone. His eyeballs are gone. There's just like red sockets. And yeah, and all the bindings that you had on him are gone at this point. You still see like a bit of rope on his wrist, but the like attaching point is gone. And yeah, there's just a body up about 15 feet above you in the tree, pierced by a branch. Cool.
I have an idea here, which is very, I don't know, maybe Ava will be into it, or maybe she'll be really fucking freaked out by it.
Probably not. She's seen some shit.
I would like to tap into my powers, like my connection to the green.
Oh,
Use
okay.
magic to, with the green's permission, either have sort of lichen
What if one
or
branch
moss.
pushes the body off the other branch?
No. Some sort of lichen or moss, like, travel up and cover his whole body to make it blend into the tree. Or, if we want to take it to the next level, have the tree actually, like, open up and pull his body inside and encase it.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of like that for him. I mean, like, his soul is owned by dubious character at best. Who knows what JT is, but I'm not going to ask. That's not my business. And I'm just glad he likes us. Yeah, no. I mean, like, if I could become anything when I die, a tree would be pretty legit. Not that he deserves that, but the tree could, like, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. He should probably go back into the earth anyways. One way or another.
I love that description, Garon. So yeah, that definitely works. You just talk to the tree. You're like, "Hey, buddy, can you take care of this
Here's
for
a
us?"
long-standing source of nutrients for you.
Yeah, and you
That won't at all corrupt this forest. It's fine.
and you just see very slowly the branch that he's on just starts being pulled back. You see the leaves on the tree, the branches with leaves kind of come around to like cover him as well as he's just consumed by this tree. You see his legs are the last things to be being pulled in, and one of his shoes pops off the end and lands on the ground next to you as he gets swallowed into this tree.
Ava just picks it up and she's gonna put it in the cart. We'll dispose of it at the next town. I don't know.
Once Nick is fully encased in the, I hand up a.
You hear or you feel just like an acknowledgement flooding your psyche as you touch this tree, and the two of you understand each other. Yeah, awesome. So you guys head back to the cart, and I guess back to town to meet up with Ruby.
Yep. And it looked like we were there the whole time, gambling. Garon won at poker. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yep. You guys make it in. You schmooze for a little bit. Now getting to like 2 or 3 in the morning.
It was teaching the guys how to actually play darts. You know.
Yes.
You gotta throw like you gotta keep your wrist loose and then just like do.
Also, don't sit under the dartboard.
Yeah, don't do that.
No.
Perfect. Yeah. Awesome. So you guys are working on that. You're working your grifts, doing your thing. I'd say to have a good night, but also make some money, you guys end up net zeroing across the night. As far as like made some money, spent some money, had a good time.
We don't need to steal from anybody or hustle anybody right now. Killing.
I mean, we just second-handedly caused some guy to get murdered by a ghost.
Yep.
You know.
Well,
Ruby, At one point, while you were at the bar waiting
Yeah.
for another drink, um, JT Fields comes up next to you and he sits down and he's like, "Hey, fancy running into you here. How'd everything go with the the situation?"
I think our friend got a good dose of karma.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. I see you went with the safe route. That's good. I was a little worried for you guys because that book is. I'll get it another time. It's okay. Whether I just have to outlast, that family line or whatever, I'll get that. It's okay. Okay, great. Well, it sounds like you guys did your end of the bargain. So I just got to do mine. I'm assuming you don't want to shout about this openly about, your mother coming back and
No,
the debt. Okay, gotcha. He shuts up as he looks around at like the crowds of people.
Swing by tomorrow at whatever time works for you. I know we were a little early this morning for this town.
He nods and he's like, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I'll be up there bright and early. Gotta finish up some more contracts that I'm working on. You know how it goes. But yeah, also I'm sure that mixed soul is waiting for me in the shop, so I gotta go collect that, add it to my collection, or it's a whole thing. Cool.
Just be careful in the shop. We don't want any people who would be looking around for Mick to trace him back to you.
Understood. Yeah, I guess I'll take care of myself. You don't have to worry about me. He winks. He finishes his drink and he walks out. He's like singing some sort of like Irish folk tune as he's like stepping out and heading up the steps out of this little speakeasy, waiting for you guys in the morning. Awesome. Well, anything else you guys do tonight before you head back to your hotel room?
I'm assuming that JT's comment about the book was not within earshot of Garon.
I mean, even
I'll leave that up to you. I'll leave that up to you.
I feel like Ruby is going to
it?
tell Garon what he said
Keep the
as
book
a
away
warning.
from that guy.
Gotcha. It sounds like he really wants that book. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, he definitely would have taken that in exchange for our souls, or like instead of our souls.
Yeah, we'll say that Ruby tells you, Garon, that this ancient god being would really like that book you have.
Yeah, I think Garon, struggling as he has with it in the past, is like a little shell shocked, like, oh.
Anyways, maybe don't give the book or like bagging it away or whatever. Also, maybe you should keep your family line strong, based on what that one said. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he did mention he'll wait out the family line.
Let's strong. Let's kill off mine.
You better have a bunch of kids. That's what I'm saying.
That's all.
That's all we're saying.
I'm just like, I'm an only child.
I don't want you, buddy.
I love it.
It's for the greater good.
Help him.
Go have some beautiful nights with some lovely ladies or whatever.
Oh, man.
Oh, no, Ron. Do you need a pep talk first? Should we have the talk?
Do golems count as children?
Who? No.
No, honey.
Ron. Oh.
Also, you need serious women. Me and Ava got
It's
you.
okay. Me and Ruby got this.
Maybe not in this town, but we got this.
Yeah, I think having people who are interested in my metaphorical heart rather than my physical heart would be a good change of pace.
Yeah, that definitely would be.
That was kind of weird. That one guy wanted to take your hat. That was. I mean, your hat is it's probably very valuable, but yeah, like.
Maybe let's not.
Not literal. You don't literally take somebody's hat. Yeah, we're not traumatized at all. Shot.
Never.
He's like, I'm gonna go to bed now.
We're just gonna cry ourselves to sleep now. Nobody ask any questions.
Before we go to sleep, I'm going to secure our wagon and the new stuff.
Cheers.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that Ava's gonna use the tools to pull up like some boards at in the floor of it, like to put some of like the jewelry and other shit and what's his face's shoe and all that like in there. And then we'll keep the cash on us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Some
keep
of
the
the
cash.
jewelry can go in the rest of Ruby's stuff, because she also has some jewelry that she's been hiding.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
can toss that with wherever she's been putting that.
Perfect. So yeah, you guys create a little secret compartment in the carts just to keep, the things that you don't want being stolen or found.
Well, at least not till it'd be
Figure out something
bad
to do
if we
with it.
found it now, because then we
Yes.
got to answer a lot of questions that I don't want to answer.
Exactly. So yeah, you put the stuff in the cart, you bring it back to the stables that were watched at the previous night. That's $1 to them for them to watch it another night for you guys. And then you settle in for the night this evening back in your hotel room that you guys decided to share all at once. That, I believe, is a good time to stop this evening. We'll start next session with our conversation with JT Fields III as you guys complete your bargain. And he gives you the information you've been searching for to take down Ruby's mother, the Dead Queen. And yeah, there we are. Good session. That was fun. I had a lot of fun.
That was amazing. It was really good.
I love our 180 from.
Yeah.
We should get this guy arrested and maybe get him the death penalty to. No, let's just coordinate his murder.
You know what? Let's not. And like,
Yeah, as soon as you
Take care of
have
the problem now.
as soon as you have your souls on the line with an eldritch being, it's like,
actually, I really
yeah,
like my soul where it's at. I'm gonna keep that for a while.
it's
Yeah,
now
let's hold on
murder
to
is
that.
now totally cool because of this bargain. Awesome. Yeah, cool. Nice job, guys.
Right. Thank you everyone for joining us this evening. Thank you for our late night raiders from Tybrow Games who came in.
Woo.
Lovely to have you join us. Hopefully you can be back here with us next week as we continue our
Mommy issues.
our journey into Ruby's mommy issues. But we will be off on Sunday. No jukebox just this week because Maria's plot relevant ass is not going to be present, and I'll be flying back from. But
And I will miss her ass. Specifically. No.
things will
That's
hopefully
it.
resume.
It's the one thing we'll miss.
In that
we
campaign.
love all of Maria.
Hopefully resume in that campaign the week after. So for now, have a good week. Eat a snack, pet an animal of your choosing.
Bye.